Gear Patrol calls their new dive watch the best sub-$500 dive watch. Full stop. Men's Health rated them as the most stylish solar watch in the game. Who are we talking about? It's Movement. They're leveling up your gift giving with the sleekest watches you can buy and the biggest deals of the season. From their innovative ceramic materials to sexy automatic divers, from ultra-thin dress watches to solar-powered statement pieces, and everything in between, Movement is making sure you're the good gifter this year, for your family, your friends, or for yourself. And now you can take advantage of 30 to 50% off Movement's California clean watches, jewelry, and accessories to get them a gift they'll never forget. With fast, free shipping and returns and amazing bang for your buck, Movement makes for a relaxed shopping experience. And with one-size-fits-all watches, it's an easy, elegant gifting experience too. Shop 30 to 50% off now at mvmt.com. That's mvmt.com.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this football season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of statistics, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and an enormous selection of players and stat options are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million football fans who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/get100 and use code GET100. That's code GET100 at prizepicks.com/get100 for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.
Hey guys, this is Colin, your host. We got Rylan back this week. Go ahead, Rylan.
What's up, everyone?
And we got Ashton, as usual.
Hey guys, you're probably not excited about
Probably more excited about Rylan being back.
Yeah.
I know
Rylan's
I am.
finally back from his leave of absence, unpaid, of course.
Yeah. Because he pays guys that don't work.
Right.
Love you, Rylan. All right. First up on the thing today is Call of Duty Warzone is coming to mobile. How do you guys feel about it?
Well, I'll go first. I think it's pretty cool. I remember back, I believe it was 2019. I could be wrong with that. Whenever Call of Duty Mobile, just the regular one, came out, and we played it a lot when it first came out. We thought that was the coolest thing ever. A full-fledged Call of Duty game on mobile. That was really cool. It does kill your battery, but
Oh, yeah. It definitely does do that.
we played a lot of Warzone on Xbox when it first came out, and we've been getting out of it,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'd be really cool to get back into Warzone, and it'd be more convenient to play it on mobile than it would to load up the Xbox. And you don't even have your Xbox right now where you're at, Colin. So
No, but by the time it get released, because it's only on pre-order status right now, by the time it actually gets released, I should have my Xbox down here.
yeah. Well, yeah, and you can register, but it's Android only at the moment. So I can't do it on my phone, but I can do it on my Anode. So.
Yep. And I got an Android phone, so like I said, I already got it pre-ordered.
Yeah, I already got it registered on my Odin.
How about you, Rylan?
It sounds pretty cool, Warzone on mobile. I play quite a bit of Warzone. I've been playing it a whole bunch recently and everything.
On PC?
Yeah, on PC and on PlayStation. I mainly play it on PlayStation. But
Oh, really? I thought you mainly played PC.
I just like it better for some reason. I don't know why. It's smoother on PC and everything, but
yeah.
I'd say so. You get more frames per second if you got it modded correct.
Yeah, it's way smoother and everything. But I think it would be pretty cool to play Warzone like on the go and stuff, like if you're in your car.
Yeah, it would. And
after
like Call of Duty Mobile, it will have control support as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Colby used to get on there and wreck people. He couldn't do it with the moving the screen around, but he'd get on there and wreck people with a controller.
Yeah.
On my A node, and I kind of cheat because it doesn't register that I'm using controller. So I'm
Gotcha.
going against people using touchscreens. It's kind of not fair, but I mean they suck regardless. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah. As you say, I haven't used the one time I used a controller on it. I probably got like 5 more kills, but going back to Call of Duty Mobile, I was easily racking up 20, 25 kills a game.
oh yeah, especially when we play on a team as on a
Oh
team
yeah.
we would dominate.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah, I'm definitely anticipating it myself. It's like you said, it's a long time in coming, and like I said, I think your date was right on 2009. So it's been 3 years since they released anything. I mean, I know they've been having like different maps and everything on Call of Duty Mobile, but to have another battle royale situation on a cellular device would be more convenient on the go, especially being Call of Duty, because I prefer to play Call of Duty titles on my phone compared to consoles than what I do like a Fortnite or an Apex.
yeah, which Call of Duty Mobile, I was gonna say they have battle royale as well. Just it being Warzone, it'll be a familiar map with the Verdansk or however you say it map.
Vanderdask?
Yeah, whatever. they it'll be a familiar map and be pretty cool to play on it. And then I believe around the same time it's Warzone's releasing on mobile, Warzone 2 will be released on consoles and PC if I'm not mistaken.
Doesn't
Okay, I thought they was going to do the same concept. I thought they was going to they was going to go ahead and just play the second map on the mobile one.
They're going to do the original Warzone and then release 2.0 on consoles and PC around the same time. Maybe on the same day. I'm not sure, but I know it's definitely around the same time.
Gotcha.
doesn't Modern Warfare 2 come out this month?
Yes.
And actually, Rylan, now that you say that, we do have Amazon affiliate links if you want to pick up Modern Warfare 2. Hit
Yep.
that link, and it'll help us out.
Okay.
Unintentional sponsor. Way to go, Rowan. All right. We done with the Warzone?
Yeah, you can move on if you want.
Alrighty. Uh, as voted on by the community, we could not do the Wii U one, but everyone decided, well, not everyone, but most of the people decided to choose that the GameCube was a failure option on the voting. So, you guys kick it off
Well,
of why it was a failure.
in my opinion, it wasn't a failure. But to everybody else, and sales wise, yes, it was a failure. So the GameCube, it came out at the wrong time, I'll say. If it came out even the generation before or the generation after, I think it would have done better. But just where it came out, it had the PS2, the greatest selling console of all time, to compete with, and then it had the newcomer Microsoft's Xbox to compete with.
Yeah.
Which both of those other consoles, the PS2 and Xbox, they used full size DVDs, as DVD players, and I can't stress enough. Back then, a home console doubling as a DVD player was such a huge deal. It
That was
may
back in the day before streaming.
exactly like back then that was a huge deal. Now you don't use DVDs anymore. But back then it was a huge deal. So the fact that Nintendo decided to go with mini DVDs for the GameCube, that just killed the system. It had the potential and the games to overtake both of those competing consoles, but it just didn't.
Well, I agree with you, like how you said. I don't think it's a failure. It's one of my favorite consoles I've probably ever played. I've played yours quite a bit, to be honest. But really, I don't really have much to say because I kind of disagree with what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had the same feeling towards it. I don't really, personally, it wasn't a failure to my heart, but I understand being an adult and everything else now that sales means everything whenever you're selling stuff, obviously. So, back then with as Ashton mentioned, the PlayStation and Xbox, well, PlayStation 2 and the regular Xbox, uh, they were newcomers. They had a DVD set up, and they also had online capabilities later on in the generation.
Right, and Xbox released with it.
Xbox released with it. PlayStation 2 picked it up a little bit afterwards because that like I was mentioning last week, we had two different PlayStations. You had a little bit bigger, bulkier PlayStation 2, and mine was a little nice and slim, but mine had the online capabilities at first.
Yeah, and I later got PS2 online, but I didn't use the online.
Yeah. Neither did I, but the capability was there. So I think for us personally, that's the reason why it isn't as big as a failure as what it was, is because we didn't play online with the Xbox. Well, I didn't even have an Xbox. One of my friends had an Xbox, and then the PlayStation 2, it was just, we didn't play online on either one. So to us, that wasn't that big of a deal.
We didn't play online until we both got a 360.
Yeah, it was a while afterwards.
Yeah,
But also the lackluster of release titles that the GameCube had compared to even Nintendo consoles, because it
yeah,
didn't release with a Mario or Zelda game. It released with Luigi's Mansion.
like Wave Rays or something like that.
Yeah, Wave Racer, which initially came out on the N64,
Yeah,
but the re-edition of it. Then I think Star Wars was the
Rogue.
only other release. Yeah, Rogue Squadron or whatever came out with the GameCube. And so, like I said, there wasn't no Mario or Zelda titles to come out with it initially. So, of course, that hurts initial sales.
Right, but I mean the library later on it made up for it with some awesome titles, but like the release and the initial release that killed it. Didn't
Oh,
help
yeah.
start.
Yeah, because, the year after it released, you got Super Mario Sunshine, you got Wind Waker, and then I believe in 2004 is when they got Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, which was an exclusive at
Yeah. And the M-rated exclusive.
yeah. But I remember now.
Go
Um
ahead.
I was gonna say that the PS2 is the best selling out of that generation and of all time. But the GameCube was actually more powerful and had better graphics than the PS2. It's just like you said, the initial releases and just the developers they backed the PS2 a lot more than they did the GameCube because of those many DVDs. There couldn't store as much data on them, and just the fact that it wasn't players.
Take a moment to notice that Nintendo was already thinking about that portability status that they have with the Switch now, because you think the GameCube was technically completely transportable because of the handle that made it a lunchbox.
Yeah.
Right, and it actually you could buy a screen for it. The back
Yeah.
of it, take it portably. If
Yeah,
you
they're
had
cool
out
screen.
vehicle.
Yep. So Nintendo's always had that thing with portable consoles,
Exactly.
or trying to, anyways.
Right. And they were ahead of the time. And the GameCube did have online functionality, but I believe it was only one game that supported it, and you had to have a broadband adapter attachment to the bottom of the GameCube.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But it came out like right when the Wii had started, though.
Yeah, it was late, and like I said, there was work for it. It was just like one game. But with the Xbox, the online was from day one. Xbox Live is still going on. I mean, I think they're trying to kill it out more now and just include Game Pass. Still a
Yeah.
thing. And Nintendo is they're still trying to figure out online play, really. And Xbox had it figured out day one, and they're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Just not been a big priority from Nintendo online play.
Last week, they don't have it. Really, none of their first party titles have online capability.
No, they're just old school, and they make games that are good enough to where you don't have to have on. Would it be nice to have online? Yes, but you don't have to, just because good games you're gonna play them regardless.
Exactly, but yet again, it goes on the same what I was saying about Splatoon. Last week, it is an online game. That's one of their first party titles that is strictly. I mean, yeah, they got a campaign mode, But strictly online is what people made it for, and you see what sales they blew out of the water this time with just physical copies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Smash, you can play it online against people now.
Yeah, but it took up until the Wii U age and the
We
3DS to do it. So there was already free games out before they finally successfully made an online Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
So from the N64 to the Wii U is what took them to get online capability for one of their things. And yet again, Mario and Link has Zelda still hasn't got an online playable game, and they've been out since '86 and '87 respectively.
I think they're just with those two IPs in general, they're just afraid to mess them up, making them fun.
Oh yeah, I mean, you think though with Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, those games were big enough they could have brought online play. It would have just been a little bit more, I guess, discipline for the workers to keep everything up to date and. And I think that's another thing Nintendo's afraid of is Nintendo don't really get hacked that much. You
Right.
bring online capability to those things, and you got hackers that's able to come in and destroy your stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but with those two, I think it's just if it's not broke, don't fix it. They're used to it, making it not online. Like we're getting sales and nobody keep doing it. But would it be awesome to play Super Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild with somebody, go through the adventure together? Yeah, it would, but it'd take a lot of time to make that work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who knows? They might do it in the future or something.
They might, but we'll just have to see. But for now, their main online games are Splatoon and Smash.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Trying to think here. Oh, the Switch hardwire leaks. Go ahead and let's talk about those.
Go ahead, Rylan. You start this one.
I don't really know. I didn't really do any research, really.
Ashton just froze the non-Switch player out into the water.
I know. I did it. All right. So, leaked was an NVIDIA employee. He confirmed that the NVIDIA Tegra 239 chip was being developed, which it's already been out, but they were saying it was being developed, and
Yeah.
whether that's true or not, I don't know, but he is an employee and he did confirm it. But I'm tired of hearing all these Switch Pro or Switch 2 rumors. Until I see it from Nintendo themselves, I'm just going to stop believing because we've had promises from different companies, different reports, and none of them came to be true as of yet. Like Nintendo hasn't said it. They have said that the Switch last year was about halfway through its life cycle. Is all they've said. They haven't gave us any leaks. If the next Switch will even be a Switch, it may just be a home console again, which I think would be a stupid idea. They should stick with the hybrid thing that they got going because everybody loves it. But I just think people need to tone it down on the leaks and the rumors until Nintendo says something themselves, or we get a valid leak.
Did the OLED not have a hardwire adapter to it?
Oh, you mean like the Ethernet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking like next gen hardware.
Oh, I misread your. I thought it said hardwire.
Hardware.
Hardware. Oh, well, I'm going to wing it then because I definitely I had everything typed up. I was like, why are we talking about the hardwire? I was like, the OLED's already hardwired, and they got adapters for the regular Switch to have hardwires now. But yeah, as far as as far as hardware goes, it'll definitely it's obviously doing good for what it has now. The updated hardware will come with a different Switch. They're not. I don't think they'll be updating Switches anytime soon. They might, reiterate the OLED a little bit, but as far as their Switch lights and their normal Switch, and everything else, I don't think they're going to change much on them. I mean, the console's already been out for 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not really going to be putting out new hardware when, a new generation is 2 to 3, 4 years away.
Right. So I don't think have that Switch 4K or that Switch Pro. Everybody's saying they're going to wait. They might have more iterations like the like you said, the OLED or the light with an OLED or something. But as as something crazy like a 4K or Pro, no, they're just going to save that for next generation.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely so.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of stats, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and injury insurance on your picks are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million players who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/get100 and use code GET100. That's code GET100 at prizepicks.com/get100 for a first deposit matchup to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.
All right, Rowland, since I weaned it, how do you feel about it?
Let's see here. Again, I'm not really sure, but
You can say no. You know what? There's going to be
Say, screw you guys, it ain't going to work.
they're going to come out with 4K next year.
Do it, Rowland, do it. Show us who's boss.
Right. But I mean, if you agree, you agree. But
Hey, you can agree and still have another argument. I've done it before to Ashton.
yeah,
Rowland don't have it in him. I don't fear it. I see the fear in his eyes.
can't stand.
just can't take it.
All right. Well, we'll move on to the next one, Ben Rowland. I won't torture you anymore. With this topic, E3 is coming back in 2023, which shocked us to death because I believe we mentioned in the last podcast or one of the previous podcasts is that we didn't see them bring E3 back. So, how did you take the news?
Well, I am very, very surprised because we talked about it being dead. Because this year they didn't do anything. Then last year it was digital only. So I thought it was just going to be dead. Going away with it. All the companies were going to do, the Sony State of Plays or something like that. Their own.
Yeah.
But I'm coming back and it's going to be coming back physically. It's not going to be digital. It's going to be physical next year. So I'm happy it's coming back because when it didn't happen, it happened last year digitally, which it still wasn't the same, but it was still nice to see all the gaming news and stuff in one place. But this year, it just felt like something was missing, it not being around, all the company. You didn't get as much gaming news all of a sudden. I like having it all at one time instead of being spread out throughout the year. You just, like Nintendo, we just got a direct in September. So, I mean, E3 always happens in June, so it was 3 months that we didn't have anything from Nintendo really, except for like Splatoon 3 and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 directs and stuff like that. But actual direct, it took forever. So I'm happy it's coming back, and I look forward to watching the event from all the companies.
Yeah.
All right, Rowland, your turn.
Yeah, I'm looking forward for the E3 updates and everything to come back. Just how you said, like, normally, like, all the gaming content and stuff came together and everything, right? I'm just kind of happy it's going to come back and everything. It's going to be, like, with every console or just, like, the Switch?
Well, it's like different companies like Sony, they come, well, sometimes Sony don't show up, but most of the time it's always Microsoft and always and like developers like you after Square Enix, they have events and stuff. Capcom, just companies come and show their hardware, their games that they're working on, and everything.
Yeah, like individual gaming companies will come out, like Activision will come out, Square Enix will come out. Like it don't have to necessarily be the big names of the actual consoles.
Right. Like even Naughty Dog or somebody,
Yeah.
game or something.
Yeah, Madden, I think it's coming out June 13th to the 16th is the dates it's set for next year.
Yeah, and some of them were for like media, some are for actual kiosks or new games that haven't been out yet. You can play them like a demo version. Like even E3 2016, they had a demo version of Breath of the Wild before it released. People were playing. I think that'd be cool to go. Maybe they'd have Tears of the Kingdom next year. Well, it'd be out.
I
No.
was just saying it'd already be out by then by a month.
Well, maybe the next Mario game or something.
Yeah, because they still don't have another one even remotely. I mean, not counting the rabbits with them pairing with them, they don't even have another Mario game on slate. And Odyssey has been out since 18.
It was 17.
Was it 17? So it did release with the Switch.
Not on day one, but a couple months later.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild was a release title.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and people are speculating Odyssey 2 to come out. Unpopular opinion, I didn't like Odyssey that well.
I didn't like it.
I mean, it was different. I liked it for what they was trying with it. But as far as the actual, I don't know if it was too easy, is what I'm thinking is the issue with it was.
Yeah, there were too many.
But also, I'm used to playing Mario as, thinking as a kid's mentality opposed to someone that can, that platforming it just seemed like platforming has got easier over the years from like the original Marios.
Right. Just I like the hub world, like in Super Mario Sunshine or Super Mario 64 or even Galaxy. You after a level, you go back to the hub and jump back in and pick levels. Whether with Odyssey, you stay in the level and just go on to find the next moon. I didn't like that. It was gather them too fast, I think, and it just takes away from the. I don't know. Takes away from the game for me. From the.
Yeah.
I like
So
the
you prefer going back to a HUD world opposed to having the technical open world of it
yes,
for a
like
Mario title.
Mario game. Yes, like I miss it's sent back to it or like Castle and 64. I miss that. I miss the hub, and then jump back if you want to. That's fine. Or if you want to explore the hub world, you can.
Yeah, I definitely miss those parts of those games too. But as far as the Super Mario Odyssey goes, is they would easily be able to because I think as it was a issue a lot of people had was they didn't uh really like what we liked didn't like about that. I like the whole entire going back through and like doing some of the 2D levels combined with the 3D.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, I like those.
But as far as that goes, that's really the only thing that game had going for it.
I know a lot of people liked that it didn't have a hub world, but and they could. I don't think they'll go back to a hub world though. I don't think.
No, probably not.
Now, if they made like a Sunshine 2, maybe. But if they're going to continue on to Odyssey, no. But I mean, Super Mario Odyssey. It was a fun game, but it just got kind of, like you said, easy and boring after a while, just going from moon to moon to moon to moon.
Yeah.
And the only thing like a hub world technically you had was the Odyssey ship. Like that was just when you was flying from world to world, you could change your clothes or whatever. That's it. I mean, it wasn't really a hub world. It was just that was the one place you go back to, your ship.
Yeah, and Mario technically hasn't had a vacation in 20 years.
Yeah, it's time for us to have a Sunshine 2 vacation.
Could you think it was it was just under 20 years that he had his first vacation.
Yeah, it was in 2002.
And
What
86 was the first one, so 16 years. So yeah, we're due for a vacation, Mario. Shoot, you don't even gotta call it Sunshine 2, you can call it Super Mario Vacation.
Yeah, something that I love.
There, Nintendo, I've done your work for you.
Get a a Flood 2.0.
That's right.
Pretty cool.
Alrighty. This one is probably going to push us over the rest of the way, but
We are.
all-time favorite game.
Rylan, you go ahead on this one.
That's kind of tough. Played a whole bunch of different games in my lifetime, but I'm probably gonna have to say, wait, this is gonna be a multiplayer game. Black Ops 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I've just had a whole bunch of memories on that game and everything. And actually, I was thinking about playing it the other day, to be honest. Thinking to love your head. Oh, and it's kind of a dead game now, but it was one of my favorite games I've ever played. Had a whole bunch of memories playing with like you, Ashton, and everyone else.
Are the servers still up on it?
Yeah, servers are still up.
That's crazy. It came out, 2012?
Yeah,
In
10 years ago.
in like a month or two, it's gonna be a year. I'm not what? Not a year, like 10. The game
10
came out.
years.
Yeah,
That's what Destiny Strike.
2012 is when it came out, and I think it was this month. 10 years ago it came out. I think it came out in October of 2012.
it was either October or November. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was right before the holiday season.
I got it launch day.
I did not, because that's still when we had the criticism of whether it was, because I still believe up and down my parents thought I was going to be a school shooter since I played shooting games.
Yeah.
Yeah, Black Ops 2 was the one that pushed us over because they had zombies on there, and it was okay to kill zombies. It just wasn't okay to kill other people.
Yeah.
Even though I still know the difference of, being prior law enforcement when to shoot somebody and not when to shoot somebody.
Right. Yeah. I mean, years ago, you were 14. So.
Yeah. So yet again, I know you're not supposed to point a gun and actually kill somebody, but video game is a video game, which will be a topic definitely for another day.
Yeah, I have something on that, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that will definitely. We won't even get to our favorite games if we want to go down that rabbit hole right now.
No, we wouldn't. All right. Yeah, that was a good choice, Rylan. Black Ops 2 had a lot of memories on it, but that's not my favorite. Colin, if you have mine, I'm gonna kill you. You will.
All right, what is it?
Mine is The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker.
Ooh,
Mine is the Legend of Zelda title, but it's not the Wind Waker.
Okay. I was afraid it would be because I know Wind Waker, but okay. That's good. The Wind Waker. It is my favorite game of all time. But if this makes no sense, which it doesn't, it is not a Zelda game of all time. It's just my favorite game of all time. So it came out on the GameCube, my favorite console. A lot of people didn't like the cel shaded graphics, but to this day they look amazing. You can go on a GameCube right now, original graphics, and it looks amazing compared to other GameCube games.
Yep.
But it stays true to the story despite the graphics, the cartoony graphics. It stays true. It is a true in-depth Zelda game. It's just fun to play, all the puzzles. The Triforce, shard sequence isn't the best, but they did help it out on the Wii U remake. It's just a great game. If any of you guys ever played it, I recommend playing it and 100%ing it.
It's a good game.
Yeah. Only reason why I didn't choose that one as my top one was because it was not the first one I beat, and you would have had yourself to blame anyways if it was my favorite, because you did give me the copy to play.
I did, yeah.
But my favorite one of all time is Breath of the Wild.
Favorite game of all time?
Yep. Still the newest rendition until Tears of the Kingdom comes out in May. But yeah, it's the first Zelda game I beat. I got it with the Switch. Well, I probably had a Switch for about 2 or 3 months before I got it, just because I know Ashton had it for the Wii U. and I got the Switch before Ashton, so I'm just, I messaged you and was just like, hey, blah, 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 blah. Okay, is this a good game? And you were like, yeah, it's like one of the best games in the world.
Yeah.
So I hopped on there, and then we actually had a little. I don't know if you remember this, but we had a little competition for a little while because I had caught up with you relatively quick. Because you wasn't really like trying to fight the main thing. You was doing a bunch of side quests,
Yeah.
and there was like a turn point. I passed you up on like shrines and everything else.
Yeah, I remember that. We had the competition, then over, and we would go like some shrines that we couldn't find. We'd like help each other and try to find where the shrine was, because some of them were hidden. So I remember we'd help each other when you'd come over.
Yeah, but I remember me going to the boss and beating it before you did, just because I was like, you know what, I'm not facing all because you want to do all the shrines first before you when it initially faced them off.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, you know what, screw it, I'm strong enough. I'm gonna go take out Calamity Ganon.
Did you have the Master Sword then?
I did not. Well, yeah, I had the Master Sword when I beat him, but I didn't have like I thought you meant the expansion pass.
No, no.
Uh, because I didn't have the fully upgraded Master Sword. But obviously, whenever you fight Ganon, well, Calamity Ganon, it automatically goes up to the maximum. It's only the expansion pass was for it to be that strong all the time.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, what is it?
Did you beat all 4 Divine Beasts?
Yeah, I beat all 4 Divine Beasts the first before I went in and faced them. I think I had just done like 50 or 60 shrines though. Whenever I went to go face them though, so I only had half the shrines complete, but I had all the Divine Beasts.
Yeah, because that takes half his life in first battle.
Yeah, that, and if you didn't have one of the Divine Beasts beat or any of them, you would face You'd face them there instead of where you're supposed to face them at. So you would still face them before you got Ganon, but you would get them at a full thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the different Blight Ganon.
Yeah. But I also beat that game because I beat it in 3 different ways. I think 3 different ways, maybe 2. One was the way you were supposed to beat them, which was, actually attacking them. One, I just used parry moves. So yeah, I've just beat it 2 ways. Like I would never do anything but do the parry moves. Like even when I knocked them down off the wall, like whenever you're shooting those cannons at you, I would still just let them get back up without even touching them, and then just kill them with the parry moves.
But that took forever.
It did. Well, no, I did beat it 3 ways because I beat him, the normal style, like actually attacking him, and then I done another one just by dodging his moves, like where you was able to attack back and have like the time lapse.
Yeah.
But yeah, so one I just reflected back his stuff. One I dodged everything and then attacked him that way, and then done the flurry rush. That's what it was called.
The flurry.
And then the other one was attacking him how you're supposed to, but it wasn't like I had to go restart the game over again because you could just hop back in there and just face him anytime you wanted to afterwards.
But didn't you at first? You didn't know you could, and you did restart the game one time, right?
Yes, but then luckily to my luck, the game save from the old one was already there. So once I realized that was there, I just went back and played the rest of the game through.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good. So you got
So my original save file was on there.
good. I beat all the shrines before I even went to Hyrule Castle. I did get the Helium Shield from Hyrule Castle, but I never went up, to fight Ganon.
And yeah, I wound up getting the expansion passes after you did. But yeah, the motorcycle was probably the best thing on that game.
I think awesome. I still never beat the Trials. I beat the first 2. I just didn't beat the third.
You haven't beat the trials?
No, not all 3 of them. Just 2 of them.
Oh, I beat all the trials. I beat all the expansions. I got all my pluses on my thing, and then my Master Sword is completely maxed out all the time.
Yeah, I got the pluses and I got the motorcycle, but I just haven't maxed out the sword. It's the one below max. I think it was
50?
Yeah, 50.
It went 50, 40. Yeah, no, it was 30 when you got it. It was 40, 50, then 60. Yeah.
Yeah. But I also bought that was on the Wii U. I bought it on the Switch as well. It's just I didn't get that far on the Switch because where I beat all everything on the Wii U, I just didn't play it much on the Switch.
But that leaves us with only one untalked about topic today.
Yeah.
The usual.
Yeah, the usual. That's all right. We talked a lot about some good stuff, good news.
Yeah.
All right. Well, follow our socials. Go follow Rylan on YouTube. Hey, what do you guys have to say?
Well, yeah, like Colin said, our YouTube and everything. Hit Rylan at Furious Quicks. Happy Rylan's back. Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back.
Just go listen to our other podcast. Go hit those Amazon affiliate links. It helps us out. We get a small commission at no extra cost to you.
Yep.
Yep.
That's you, Rylan.
Really, I don't have to say anything besides I'm glad to be back on the podcast and everything. And yeah, go follow and follow all the socials and everything. And,
All right. And once we start doing actual videos, I want to do a TikTok. It's just I haven't got that far yet, or we haven't got that far.
Yeah, I don't do TikTok.
Neither do I, but it's a publicity thing, so I figured it's a good idea for us to do it.
Right, yeah. And we're
So as a company, we do have a TikTok. It's called Free Terrible Gamers. We don't have one for the sports analyst yet, but if you want to follow our TikTok that hasn't got anything posted to it yet, you can.
And we're looking at doing some business cards. So if you're around the Myrtle Beach area or the Lancaster area,
yeah. Shoot, we can give Rowan cards and you can put some around the Beckley and Fayetteville area.
Yep, exactly. So be in 3 different states at that point. Get some, give them to your friends, trade off, use them as trading cards. I don't care what you do. Just
yeah. All right. Well, later, guys.
See you later.
Gear Patrol calls their new dive watch the best sub-$500 dive watch. Full stop. Men's Health rated them as the most stylish solar watch in the game. Who are we talking about? It's Movement. They're leveling up your gift giving with the sleekest watches you can buy and the biggest deals of the season. Shop 30 to 50% off Movement's innovative California clean watches, jewelry, and accessories with fast free shipping and returns now at mvmt.com. That's mvmt.com.
At Sleep Outfitters Outlet, great sleep is a big deal. Save 40 to 60% every day on every Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. Queens as low as $249. Customer exchanges, closeouts, and floor samples. Inventory changes daily, so come in for your dream deal today. With no credit needed financing, expert advice, and up to 60% off retail, it's never been easier to get the sleep and savings you deserve. Go to sleepoutfittersoutlet.com for financing details and to find a store near you.
Why don't more infant formula companies use organic, grass-fed whole milk instead of skim? Why don't more infant formula companies use the latest breast milk science? Why don't more infant formula companies run their own clinical trials? Why don't more infant formula companies use more of the proteins found in breast milk? Why don't more infant formula companies have their own factories instead of outsourcing their manufacturing? We wondered the same thing. So we made ByHeart, an infant formula company on a mission to get a lot closer to the most superfood on the planet, breast milk. Our patented protein blend has more of the important and most abundant proteins actually found in breast milk. We're the first and only U.S.-made formula to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, not skim. We even conducted the largest clinical trial by a new infant formula company in a quarter century, with clinically proven benefits like easier digestion, less spit up, and softer poops versus a leading infant formula. And we make our own formula in the USA and our very own factories in Iowa, Oregon, and Pennsylvania. ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of stats, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and injury insurance on your picks are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million players who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/get100 and use code GET100. That's code GET100 at prizepicks.com/get100 for a first deposit matchup to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.